Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Are You Sure NFL podcast. My name is Nick, and who am I joined by?
Logan.
Noah.
And today, we're going to be discussing various NFL news around the league, and then we're going to segue that into our NFC South breakdown. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I want to start off by talking about, I'd say, the biggest news, at least in the last couple of days. Christian Watson got a contract extension for 4 years, $110 million.
I'd also like to make it clear that all the Myles Garrett and A.J. Brown stuff is already on the separate video, so the news is not including that.
If you'd like to hear our takes on that, then please check out our previous video on Myles Garrett and A.J. Brown. We will not be talking about them here, at least not very much. So instead, we're going to start off with Christian Watson. 4 years, $110 million. I think only $30-something million is guaranteed because he gets injured a lot, but, you know, Christian Watson. What
not worth $110 million.
What's the most yards? This is the Alex year.
Remember a couple of years ago when the Jags gave Christian Kirk like 4 years, $84 million?
I got even better comparison.
This is like the new version of that.
No, I got a better comparison for this year. Alex Pierce. Even Alex Pierce, it was one of the most hated on. Alec Pierce, sorry. He was one of the most hated on contracts, and he put up 1,000 yards.
Alex Pierce at least had good last year.
He was at least good last year. I think it's almost identical contracts. Maybe Alex Pierce got a little bit more, but still.
I think this is like another payload for wide receiver contracts. Like I didn't think they would get much crash.
And if you look at the last like two important games of the year for the Packers, I'd say it's the two Bears games. And he put up I think like something like 19 and 30 yards. You're telling me you're paying almost $30 million a year for a guy that's putting up 19 and 30 yards in your two most important games of the season.
Constantly injured. And I know a lot of money's not guarantees, but the guy's never put up 700 yards in a season.
I feel like you're seeing a lot more of these big extensions for players that do not deserve extensions like this, and I think it's just going back to those latest trends in the NFL where you see where it's like teams aren't interested in developing rookies anymore. They want to draft you, and if you don't come in and give them production immediately, they're just gonna overpay for a dude who they already have. Even if it's a Christian Watson, I feel like the Packers, the right move to make would be just letting him go, not giving him this money,
or even trading him.
And just draft another receiver.
Doesn't he still have a year left or no?
Yeah.
The Packers.
How much trade value?
Here's the
still
thing.
get.
You just spent a first-round pick on Matthew Golden. You just extended Jaden Reed, which was a somewhat reasonable extension.
Well,
I mean,
I like those two.
Jaden Reed had a good year.
Jaden Reed had a good year, and they gave him.
Well, he was
not.
I think he was out almost the entire year.
And I mean, you got rid of Romeo Doubs, but I feel like you'd be better off just letting Watson see if he can stay healthy all year.
Prove it year.
It's like this is his prove it year, and now it's not his prove it year.
What I think is they're scared of is he's gonna put up like 1,000 yards, finally stay healthy, and then he's gonna walk, and they're gonna get nothing for him. But now that they paid him, now I feel like he's just not gonna do what they expected him to do.
Even though there's only like $30 million guaranteed, it felt like when they let go of Dobbs and you saw him sign that big extension, it's like they dodged a bullet. They didn't fold and pay this dude all this money.
$20 million.
But then they go back and now they're paying Christian Watson a big contract, even if not all of it's guaranteed still.
Yeah, I know, and this is just one of those things. Like now the receiver market is completely fucked. I mean, it already basically was. It's been fucked since Christian Kirk a couple of years ago, realistically. But now receivers are probably third in terms of value after quarterbacks and edge rushers.
We're about to be seeing Mecole Hardman get $50 million contracts.
Yeah, Mecole Hardman, Madden franchise legend, dude.
Okay, let's talk about some other news. I think some more recent news is Trent Williams, and he recently said that he believes that this season will be his last season. The interesting thing about Trent Williams here saying that he believing this is his last season is we've been expecting this for a while now, I feel like. And
how long has he been in the league?
A long time, but I feel like since he's gotten to the 49ers, it's always been this year's going to be his last year, and
I don't know. He's been in the league for like 15 years now.
I think he's 40. Like almost 40.
He's
like 36.
He's not
He's like
Jason
36,
Peters.
37.
He's not Jason Peters' level of insane, but Trent Williams is still probably the top 5 tackle in the league. It's insane how good he still is.
And I hear these trade news all the time where it's like they were looking to trade him or whatever. I'm like, there's no way, because he's a great tackle, but with all like those trade rumors, it's like how much are you actually going to give up for a dude that apparently now has 1 year left on his contract, which
also has like a $38 million
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is a problem for San Francisco because who was on that O-line besides Trent Williams?
I think their best guy was McGlinchey before he left 2 years ago.
Yeah, and
It was the only guy.
Definitely going to be their focus in this upcoming draft.
It for sure will. And I mean,
Should have been this year.
I don't know how I feel about the 49ers, honestly. I think Purdy's a system QB. I don't think Purdy.
I think Purdy's grown out of that system QB. He can definitely create because he has had enough creating out of the pocket where that's just not in the system that he's done.
Do you think Purdy's a quarterback who can win you 4 straight playoff games and get you a Super Bowl?
He's one of those QBs. It's kind of like a Sam Darnold. I compare him to Sam
As long as you keep a good team around him,
he'll be good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, McCaffrey's getting up there in age. He's gonna be 30 soon.
Kittle's old.
Kittle's super old.
Kittle's
33-year-old Evans.
Kittle has a foot out the door right now. His injuries and his age are starting to get a huge. Yeah.
And it's such
Kittle's
a shame.
probably joined the Kelsey podcast.
Kittle could have been probably a top 5 tight end of all time if he just stayed healthy for his whole career, which is a shame. But all right, what do we got next?
Darnell Washington extension. First thoughts, I think this is just the overall. It's showing the overall trend the league is going towards, like more running, more blocking time.
Yes.
Because
Once again, we've
2
been
years
saying this for every
2
podcast.
years ago, people would be saying this would be like the biggest overpay ever. Now it's okay
How much
because
they pay him?
they paid him a lot. Like it was like $14 million a year.
They have.
It was like 12 to 14
The
million.
Steelers. We'll talk about. We can. Well, I guess we'll talk. We'll attach this to Darnell Washington. They also signed Nick Herbig to a 4-year, $100 million extension. So they've spent quite a bit of money so far this week in extensions, and
I think that's kind of a sign that they're going to be looking for cheap quarterback play here pretty soon.
it's a sign that they're not. I don't think they're not going to commit full rebuild.
They're
still.
They can't.
It's the Steelers. They never will. They'd rather be 9-8 every year. 9-8
And I think that's the thing that holds them back.
I want to know, how is Mike McCarthy any better than Mike Tomlin? Seriously. He's offensive.
Except for the offense being bad, the defense being good is going to be reversed.
In my opinion, I don't think it hurts to have him to segue into a rebuild.
He's not. Yeah,
but
I don't hate that.
knowing
the hiring's not bad.
knowing the Steelers, they're going to want him to be their long-term head coach
because
now to compete.
This is their 4th head coach in the Super Bowl era or something.
Yeah.
You know
the
who
Steelers. The Steelers are. Yeah, they're not going to rebuild because this front office is too entrenched in their position, and they will take mediocrity. The Steelers, I can tell you right now, they will never even make it to an AFC Championship game with the core that they have. It will never happen.
Do you know what my comparison for Mike McCarthy is going into college football? He's like Brian Kelly. He's not a bad coach. He'll build up a bad team and make them decent, but he will never, and I mean ever, lead you to a Super Bowl again. Like that was with the Packers. He had an MVP, one of the best QBs of like the last 20 years.
Bandy could probably make his own separate podcast. Hey, I'm Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you, but I feel like we're starting to cannibalize a potential Steelers breakdown when we get around to the AFC North. So let's stay on topic here. Darnell Washington is a good signature.
I say it's a little.
42 mil.
So it's 3 years, 14.
It's
Yeah.
Or 40.
42 mil, 21 years.
Yeah, I think it's fine
It's
because
maybe a
He's a 12th base tight end.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of overpay, but he's a complete tight end.
yeah, it's true. Teams are paying these guys to just block. The Steelers are going to want to run the ball the next couple years.
They got Dowell and Warren.
Yeah, they got Dowdle and Warren. I love Rico Dowdle.
What did they sign Dowell to?
It was only like
They have Caleb
a
Johnson,
1 or
don't
2
forget.
year deal.
He's
Caleb
older than most people realize.
he's
Rico
Caleb
Dowdle
Johnson.
is like 27 or 28 years old, but he's still doing pretty
Same
good.
as Jalen Warren's 27.
On a note of old people, let's get
That
into
running
that.
back room is old.
We have another wide receiver signing, Odell Beckham Jr. back to the
Oh,
Giants.
God, dude.
This is
like
glorified practice squad sign.
This blew
He
up
is there
Twitter
as a
about-
veteran press. He is there for
He's
his
gonna
young
make the
receivers, for
team.
Neighbors, Fields, Olszewski. That's pretty much what he's there for.
I would be surprised if OBJ put up anything more than like 400 or 500.
I would be
surprised.
surprised. I would be surprised if he plays a snap. This year. Like, if I'm being honest.
How long has it been? Since he
2
was
years.
snap?
2 years.
2 years, and he's
Wasn't he on
barely.
the
The Ravens,
And
or
he
Ravens,
was
the Dolphins.
He was
one of
both.
those.
I think he played the
Yeah.
same season. He was on both.
Yeah.
Both sometime.
Yeah, and I mean,
This is just like a coming home. He's gonna probably play 1 year.
it probably made
Yeah.
the Giants a bunch of money, at least in the short
To be
term.
fair, it's a good thing for a franchise.
Which-
to get your your older star players out.
Keep in mind though, OBJ only had like 2 or 3 good years on the Giants.
Yeah, they were like elite though, like top 5.
Odell Beckham Jr. is. I mean, he was good, but I think he's more remembered just like
He's
the
more
type of
for
player
the
the type of player he was rather than
He also
an
showed
actual
I feel
player.
like OBJ kind of represented that 2010 style football. It's pass heavy, making insane catches, terrible defense.
I still remember
Beef
when
with Josh Norman.
he was going off in that Super Bowl with the Rams, and then
He did have
his
good-
ACL.
He had a
Yeah,
good Super Bowl.
Bowl.
That was
Right.
kind of the end of his career. He kind of went out with a bang, but now he's
The
trying to
freaking terrible on the Ravens.
I won't disrespect him. I just
The
want to say
Ravens-
he's a top 10 he's like a borderline top 10 receiver. The 2010s probably like what 9 or 10.
Baltimore is where receiver careers go to die. It's like Bears and quarterbacks.
Segueing into another Giants like retirement topic, Russell Wilson retires.
Oh, that's not really Giants.
Seahawks.
Ton of respect for him. I mean, was he a 10-time?
Played on the Giants, but
I
Zero
guess.
total
OBJ had
MVP
more
votes.
touchdowns on the Giants.
Yeah, but like,
than
it's hard to
Russell
win
Wilson.
MVP. There's very few. I mean, he was playing with when Peyton Manning was
Yes,
still winning
he was
MVPs.
playing-
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. It's hard to win MVP.
It's a damn shame that he never even got a vote, and then someone like
No, he got-
Justin-
I think he finished. I think
No,
he finished second one.
He never
2019, he finished
no,
second.
No, I remember. He never got a single MVP
Really?
vote. Yes, he never
Was it
received.
2019 unanimous Lamar?
Yeah,
Oh, no, you're right,
2019 was
you're right.
unanimous.
He was.
Lamar.
I think he finished second.
He finished second, but he had 0 votes. He had all the second place.
Dude, he was insane. 20. That was the last like actual year of his career. It was 2019.
Yeah, no, 2020, 2021, he was all pretty alright.
Okay, well, 2019 was
Remember
the last good
2021, he was supposed to go to the
Broncos
Bears.
country.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
so-
I remember all those rumors. Were,
Oh, dude, I was
yes.
so excited as a freaking kid hearing, oh my goodness, we're gonna get Russell Wilson. Thank God the Bears did not do that. But
That Broncos season's actually hilarious.
That Broncos season was-
Nathaniel Hackett, Russell Wilson downfall. You still had Jerry Judy, who you
70
thought was
and
going to be your
Yeah.
top receiver.
This is what Drew Lock does to a team. They
That
had Drew Lock for 1
Yeah.
year, and they're like, we are not watching him play another game.
the funny thing is that the next year they actually weren't bad, but then they just gave up.
That was the year they lost 70-20
Hey,
to the
though.
Dolphins, right?
As great as Russ,
Yes, it is. I think so.
as
Yeah.
great as Russ was, Broncos country.
Let's
ride.
Funniest part is that 70-20 game was like turning points for the Dolphins and the Broncos.
I know.
They went, Broncos went up and Dolphins
Yeah.
went down from
I
it.
know.
All right. I think the last thing we gotta talk about is the Drake London extension. I mean, he's I think 24, 27, young receiver. I forgot how much money he got paid. I know it's a
How
lot.
much money do you get paid? I
don't
swear, if
remember.
it's less than Christian
It
Watson.
was a 4-year, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was like 130 million.
Sound-
It was
sounds
141 mil.
That's 35
100
a
mil
year.
guaranteed.
How many years?
Okay, 30. It's
4 years.
35
mil,
mil
4
a year.
years.
No, you know what? It's 141. I guarantee you there was some negotiation that he wanted to be above 140 or something, so he got 141.
Or there was like some
Wow.
receiver.
So would you rather have Christian Watson or pay 30 million more total to get Drake London?
just 7 million more a year?
Yes,
I
exactly.
mean, I think
Correct.
everyone expected this extension to come. I mean,
This
the
was
dude's
smart. They
a
get it
beast.
because is this his last year? I know they're picking up his 5th year, obviously.
It's like right after Julio left the Falcons, they got Drake London.
This is smart. You want, especially when you know someone's gonna be good. You want to pay them as early as possible because their price is just gonna keep going up.
This Falcons team, though, is such a weird team, and we'll get
There's
into
so
that
much
later.
talent,
But
and they just. You want to talk about the Falcons now?
so getting in, the Falcons had a big front office overhaul, and that's led by their new GM, Ian Cunningham, the assistant GM from the Chicago Bears, who, as Bear fans, we're all very familiar with Ian Cunningham, and the dude is cut out to be an NFL GM.
And did not get us 2 third-round picks.
Yes. And then he ended up taking Kevin Stefanski as his head coach.
I like Kevin Stefanski.
If anyone's gonna maximize the talent in Atlanta, it's gonna be.
I don't know. I think for a team that's like, it's interesting. I don't think Stefanski's going to take them to where they want to be. I would have more preferred them to take a risk with like a younger coach and just try to overhaul and start something new. I don't think Stefanski brings any. I think he's a good coach, and I think they'll win games with him. But he's not going to set this culture to what the Falcons. And I think overall, before I get into the specifics of this team, I think Atlanta's stuck, and they've been stuck since the Super Bowl. Since 28-3, they've just been stuck in this gray area where it's like. They're never bad enough to finish with a top 5 pick. They're like picking 8 for like what was that 3 or 4 years in a row,
Picking 8.
and it's like they're gonna continue to stay in this gray area because they don't take risks. I feel like they're always taking these safe picks. I mean, you could say with Michael Penix that it was a risky pick, but I mean at the end of the day,
Now you have Tua.
was Michael Penix supposed to be your franchise quarterback that was gonna take you to the next level?
I hated that. Was total mismanagement by that front office.
Mm-hmm.
You signed Kirk Cousins to like a big contract, which is Kirk Cousins. There's like divine intervention that he needs to get him money.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever his agent or whatever it is, that guy. That is the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't.
I'm not gonna say what religion he is on the podcast, but I think you all know what I can insinuate.
Look, I want to say one thing about the coaching.
Censor that, please.
If you look at the last 2 coaching hires, it's Arthur. What's his name?
Arthur Smith.
Arthur
Smith
Smith and, Raheem Morris, who were both 2 younger guys that were coordinators. They were first-time head coaches. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they're like
and they went for the higher because Raheem Morris was the Rams defensive DC when they won the Super Bowl, right? So they went for the flat, the upcoming guy. Mm-hmm. It hasn't worked out before. Now Arthur Smith, don't even know why to hire him.
To be fair,
another thing is that there was
So I think it's smart for them to go with the more proven guy because they need someone to maximize the talent.
But
they need to win games.
To be fair, did anyone think Arthur Smith or Raheem Morris were the right choices when they took?
No.
I feel like it was blatantly obvious. It was like, okay, you're just stalling yourself out more. I don't think anyone looked at what they did and was like, yeah, they're going to bring in a new culture to Atlanta.
Scheme of Tyler Algier.
Another thing I'd like to point out is that there was 10 head coach openings this offseason.
Yeah,
and I think the amount of people that were trying to be head coaches was just not as good as in previous years. It's
True.
like last year you had Ben Johnson, who was the cream of the crop. Before that you had Jim Harbaugh. Who was the best head coach this year?
It might be. It's between Harbaugh and Stefanski. I think,
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh or Stefanski.
It's Harbaugh all day, in my opinion.
Harbaugh was,
Maybe.
but
I think he's kind of losing his touch now as he gets older. But
Oh, man.
I think Harbaugh is still good. But
Well, yeah, I think he's still good, don't get me wrong.
I don't think he'll ever win a Super Bowl.
Okay, let's get into these specifics. So, their additions this offseason were Tua, which they obviously signed to the 1-year
He's looking to
contract.
be the starter.
He's gonna be the starter.
well, definitely Penix is coming off his
Penix's
ACL.
recovery is looking really spotty.
Fancy
So,
number
it looks like
6.
Even
Tua's...
if he did recover, Tua was not that bad.
I still think Penix is better than Tua just as a player, but I don't think with the recovery, it's going to give Penix a very good chance to take this job from Tua. He's getting paid from his Miami contract still, so they're able to get him on a really cheap 1-year contract, which is it's a good job by Atlanta for taking advantage of the situation.
It's like a Tyler situation.
Yeah. But really, when you look at it, that's their big addition this offseason. Outside of the draft, they signed Jahan Dotson, nothing flashy. Azeez Ojulari is interesting on a 1-year deal. I think he still has a chance to have a breakout. I don't think he's going to be a Pro Bowl level player, but he has a chance to be a good player for this team. Brian Robinson Jr. is interesting. He kind of fills that Tyler Algier
Brian
void.
and Bijan Robinson.
I like Brian Robinson,
I
but
do like Brian Robinson.
he's not really going to do much, I feel like. And then you have Austin Hooper and Trevor Siemian, who are just 2 veteran backup guys. They lost Kirk Cousins. We all knew this was coming. I mean, the dude... Atlanta really didn't ever have a reason to sign this guy.
Well, what happened? He looked like he was worth it. I'd say 3/4 of the first year of his contract when he put up 500 yards twice.
They signed
just,
Kirk Cousins and then
shit the
drafted... I'm pretty sure Penix was the oldest quarterback. It might have been Bo Nix, but still,
doesn't
you're
matter.
drafting a
This is-
very
They
old
were
quarterback.
No, it was Penix because
They were-
Penix was a 6-year. Bo Nix was a.
And you're gonna sit him behind Kirk Cousins. It's just a very weird situation.
They're still
to be
paying
in.
Kirk, aren't they?
And there's a reason why
I
they
believe they are.
overhauled this front office, and then they even hired Matt Ryan to override Ian Cunningham if necessary.
They lost Darnell Mooney, which they just replaced him with Jahan Dotson, which I don't think there's too much of a talent gap.
Don't forget
Mooney's a
Olamide
little better,
Zaccheaus.
but
Zaccheaus.
Zaccheaus, yeah.
Okay, what is it with the Falcons and just adding former Bears players?
No, I'm pretty sure he was.
Well, Zaccheaus was a Falcon.
He was a Falcon
before
and
the
went
Bears.
to the Bears.
I guess. No,
He went back to the
They
Falcons.
did it with Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
One of their more notable moves was they traded Rook Orohoro for Mason Smith from the Jaguars straight up, and I mean, are any of them really better or worse than the other? I mean, really, they lost Tyler Algier, which is probably their most valuable loss because.
Bijan.
I mean, he actually played really good.
That's a
and
good
the
loss to
chances he
have
had.
because it's your RB2 and you have the best one.
They
Arguably
were
the best
never
running
gonna
back.
pay him a lot,
You have the best running back in the league, so it really doesn't matter how much.
They lost Caden Ellis and David Onyemata, and Caleb McGarry, offensive tackle, retired.
Isn't Ellis the linebacker?
Yeah.
I think that's their biggest loss because he was a full-time starter.
The draft is obviously the talk of
Every team.
Avion Terrell round 2. Amazing way to take advantage of the situation. It's cool you're pairing Avion Terrell with AJ Terrell, the brothers, but that value to get a first-round corner in the second round.
Look at that secondary too now.
Yes. It's
Dude, that might be
I love that value.
secondaries.
Oh,
Was it
and
both
let's-
One of my
teams?
favorite picks.
Let's keep in mind, for those who don't know, they did not have a first round pick because they gave it up
It
to
was
get
worth
James
it.
Pierce, who
That situation's so weird right now.
He's gonna play, so it was 100%
Yes.
worth it because you got
I
one
would
of the
say
He's
best.
a 10 sack
You got
guy.
you got the best edge rusher. in
They
the
traded.
entire
Well, to be
class
fair,
last
they
year.
traded. What was that? It would have been Ty Simpson for James Pierce.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
Okay, I think.
They also got a third round pick out.
So
of
the
that trade,
Rams
which
might be
turned into-
fucked off that trade.
They out that
Shut
trade.
up! No, we're not talking about that. Anyway, the Falcons. Look, people love to shit on them for that trade, but honestly, I think if James Pierce doesn't end up in prison in the next
I didn't
year or
How do you
two,
shit on that trade? They got Ty Simpson. They got
'Cause
James Pierce and Xavier Watts. Two
Think about it.
year candidates.
Think about if this team had a first round pick. It would have been pick 13 this year. That's
Jesus.
a lot of. They could have gotten Ruben Bain with that pick.
yeah. Hey, and you know what? If James Pierce over the next couple of years stays out of off the field trouble, I would say this trade was worth it for the Falcons.
Round 3, Zachariah Branch. Oh boy, I love this pick. I'm a Georgia fan. He stays. He stays in Georgia.
You picked them round 1, pick 7 in fantasy rookie draft.
But I mean, I think he's gonna thrive. He's gonna be that wide receiver two in the offense, playing from the slot. I mean, the dude is fast. Yards at the dude. Yak all day with Zachariah Branch. He's amazing. I mean, obviously, if you watch any Georgia game,
Separate though.
he had 100 screen passes a game. I doubt they're gonna do that, but I mean, he proved that it's a specialty. The dude's fast. You give him a screen, he'll take off. His OTAs and his rookie minicamp have looked amazing so far. Though that's the best. That's the best thing about him is I know you can't. You have to take all that with a grain of salt, but I mean, he looks very promising as of now. And moving on, round 4, they got Kendall Daniels, linebacker out of Oklahoma. That's a good value pick. Then having another pick to round 6, they took Antario Thompson, D tackle out of Washington. I mean, these next couple of picks are all just depth pieces. They got later in the 6th round Harold Perkins Jr.
I like that.
Good linebacker, good value, but he will probably get a good amount of snaps this year. But to be honest, I mean,
Wasn't he? No, he was the one before injury. He was like a projected first, maybe second round pick. I think.
he had hype, but yeah, he
He had
kind
I
of.
just
really
don't
high
like the
projection.
linebackers on this team, really.
And then
linebackers
seventh,
are the weakest part of the team.
Yeah.
and then 7th round, they had Ethan Oniwawa, an offensive tackle from Ohio State. Dude probably won't touch the field. Let's be honest. My overall record prediction for them this year, however, was 6-11. I'm not a fan of this team. I think this is a team that needs to commit to a full rebuild, but like the Steelers, they're not. They can't really grasp the concept that being average isn't good. And
Yeah, and unlike the Steelers, they don't even make the playoffs.
Dude,
they
they
haven't
could-
been to the playoffs.
I think the
since
problem with the
2017.
Falcons rebuilding is they have so many they're very top heavy. They have so many star players. If they were to trade all their players, they would have almost 5 first round picks. Think about it. Drake London's probably going for a first round and like an extra pick.
They're like the
Bijan
eighth
is going for a first. I mean, you got Jesse Bates, one of the top safeties in the league. You have 2 amazing corners.
Watts.
They have Watts. Watts probably going for a second round pick. Bates going for a first. AJ is it AJ Terrell's the older one?
yeah, it's
He's
just-
probably going for a first too. Like
They're
Kyle
like
Pitts
the-
is going for a third.
They're like the Angels of the NFL, where it's like you have
Yes.
star power, but the rest of the team is just not good.
They just need to
I
have
can see
one year.
this team can win the division if Tua somehow turns the clock back to like 2023 or whenever he was.
Any
at
team
his
could win
best.
this division.
Any team can win the division, but I agree. I don't like what the Falcons have been doing.
Yeah, let's move on to Nick.
So I'm going to talk about the Buccaneers, who I also don't like what they've been doing this offseason. So my thing is that if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And I think the Bucs are my best example of this team did not get better or worse. So in my opinion, they're getting worse. They did not fire Todd Bowles, which I think was a bad decision. Todd Bowles is one of the worst head coaches in the league. He took this roster over from Bruce Arians, who won a Super Bowl, and within like 3 or 4 years led them to missing the playoffs and losing out to Bryce Young's Panthers.
Huge collapse.
What do you mean?
this season
He won
also.
3
Huge
division
collapse.
titles. That obviously means he's a good coach.
Didn't he win one of them with like an 8? He went 8-9 with Tom
Twice.
Brady as his quarterback.
I think they've won 89 twice.
I gotta say, it's such the Bucks had such a big collapse. You gotta wonder, is Todd Bowles on his Mike Vrabel arc right now? In 5 years from now, are we gonna find out that?
Hey, turning the page.
What's her name? Are we gonna find out 5 years from now? Todd Bowles was getting with
Diana
the one
was-
girl from Good Morning Football. You're gonna look back and be like, oh, it just happened to be this season where they fell off randomly in the middle of the season.
It all makes sense now.
Are the Falcons just not going to fire him because they're scared he's going to sue them like Brian Flores after he got fired from the Dolphins at coaching jobs? But yes, I think.
Except Brian Flores is actually a good coach.
So I guess look at the Buccaneers last year decided, you know what, we're all right with being mediocre. We're gonna take back Todd Bowles, even though every team's getting a new head coach, and it's just like the Bengals with Zach Taylor. They're all right.
I think that factored in the decision. They were scared they wouldn't get someone. I mean, Todd Bowles is not great, but they could definitely do worse.
I think their reasoning behind it is similar to what we just talked about with Atlanta. Is there were so many head coach openings and so many coaches were going everywhere. They're like, let's just wait one more year and then be at the top of the market for next year.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, so I'm going to get into their personnel changes. I'm going to start off with their losses. You lose Levante David. He retires. Great career, obviously, but that's a huge loss for his team. But they account for it. I'll get into that. You lose Jamel Dean to Pittsburgh. Humongous loss. The guy, I think I looked on PFF. Third best cornerback in the league.
He was kind of a surprise of it.
He was kind of surprised. He was
the reason that secondary wasn't like toasted.
Everybody knows him as
him and is Antoine Winfield even like? I mean, he's good, but he's kind of falling off from like his.
He's a quick. He produces, but he's
5'8" beast.
He's very underrated in my opinion. No, he doesn't get talked about. He doesn't get enough praise.
Well, he's getting older. Yeah.
Antoine Winfield. Yeah, I know, but I think Jamel Dean. That is a huge loss for this defense. That was only probably not even middle of the pack last year, honestly, especially down the stretch. You lose Mike Evans to San Francisco, which is a big loss, and you lose a franchise player.
Franchise cornerstone.
Probably
one of the top 3 franchise players ever, right?
Probably.
Who else would it be?
I don't know. I mean, this franchise isn't that old. They started off 0-26, and you just let a franchise cornerstone player, Mike Evans, walk out the door in free agency for a 3-year contract to San Francisco, where I predict his career is going to go to die because he's going to get injured. Then some more minor losses. They lose Logan Hall, defensive tackle, who goes to Houston, and Rashad White, who goes to Washington, who just had no room on that offense to play anymore.
I like their replacement for him, which I get.
Yeah, we'll get into that. First, I want to talk about Alex Anzalone, who is probably going to have to fill in for Levante David.
I like Alex Anzalone, but he's getting kind of old now.
There is a big problem on this. They need
tackling. Their tackling is garbage.
And I think they're bottom of the league, weren't they?
Alex Anzalone's a tackle machine, but I think the problem is he has a high tackle rate in open field, missed tackles.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to rely on him a lot this year. They signed Kenneth Gainwell to replace Rashad White.
I like
upgrade.
Yes.
I mean, you could say Rashad White's a better overall running back because Kenneth Gainwell,
he opens that pass game.
They wanted a receiving back, and Kenneth Gainwell is 10 times better than Rashad White in that.
He's one of the best receiving backs you can get in the league.
I was going to say that I think this offense improved, but really, I just think both sides of the ball for this team. It's like they didn't improve or get worse.
They kind of just replaced.
Because they got replacements for the players, but the replacements are not necessarily as good. Let's see. You signed El Qadim Muhammad, who got 11 sacks, but I don't think that's sustainable. I mean, he was good at complimenting Aiden Hutchinson, and maybe he could keep up production this year, but still. So El Qadim Muhammad, and then you also signed Ashawn Robinson, another minor signing. So they didn't have that much of a free agency period. The draft, though, is interesting. I know you guys all love their draft.
Go back to our draft review, and you'll see how much we love their first round pick.
Okay, so at pick 15, where nobody expected him to fall, Ruben Bain.
Best end in the class.
Yeah, I know. Akeem Mesidor Merchant. If it wasn't for Akeem Mesidor, Ruben Bain would be terrible.
Yeah.
No, it's the other way.
Oh, there we go.
Wow, Noah Bandy. I'm changing his opinion.
Hey, no, you said the grass is green.
You just said Ruben Bain's Akeem Mesidor.
That was to mock you. Yeah. Anyway, so you get Ruben Bain at pick 15. That is the most major addition to this team. He is the main way of this team.
He's that light on this team. He's that.
Yes.
He's that dude now. That's who they need to build this whole team around is Ruben Bain.
Their D-line's pretty good, too. Don't they have Kalijah Cansey still?
They have Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea.
It's a good D-line.
Yeah. It's very underrated. You don't hear about them all.
You don't hear about the Bucs a lot at all, just because the team's garbage.
How old is Vita Vea getting?
He's getting up there, but for D tackles, that's not as big.
It wouldn't be surprising if he was 35. I know he isn't, but
no, I want to say
around for so long.
I want to say he's 29, 30.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like he's been around for forever.
But this D line, I think, is scary good. The secondary is a different story. They drafted Josiah Trotter.
No, they're linebacker. I think they're linebacker. That's kind of the main Levante David replacement, I think.
Josiah Trotter. You have Josiah Trotter.
He's got a lot of upside.
Alex Anzalone.
I will say I don't like that over C.J. Allen. I think C.J. Allen would have been a much better linebacker pick here. I just think overall, I think getting a it's a high-profile linebacker like C.J. Allen, a big leader type. They took Trotter before Allen.
Yes,
I agree with that.
I think Trotter's a great player, and I think he's going to do really well. Great pick by the Bucs,
you don't really need a leader of defense.
You could have done
Ruben Bain on that defense. Like,
you could have had C.J. Allen and Ruben Bain. This was one of the best defensive drafts. Instead, you just have a pretty good defensive.
No, I think just
it was a good pick, but it could have been better.
I agree. All right. Round 3, they draft Ted Hurst out of Georgia State.
Let's let Nathan take this.
Let's let Nathan take this.
Let's let Nate larp for a little bit.
I mean, he is some pretty big shoes to fill with that replacing Mike Evans.
From third
round pick replacing Mike Evans there.
I mean, he is the closest thing to a Mike Evans.
Ibuka is at the Y or the Z.
If general managers listen to you, then Ted Hurst is the Y.
Hurst is the X. Hurst is the X. He's directly replacing Evans.
My favorite Ted Hurst memory is just when we were doing mock drafts.
Do you guys even know who Ted Hurst is?
Yes.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, Nate's going to draft him in fantasy. And be like, have you guys ever heard of Ted Hurst?
He didn't fall for me.
Nate, what school did Ted Hurst go to?
No, instead.
All right.
Instead, we got Eli Heinrich. What school did he go to?
What the fuck you mean? What school did Eli Heinrich go to?
Yeah, where'd he go?
Navy.
Oh, there we go. We got it.
I don't know if you noticed or not. Nate likes to LARP.
Random
Low-level players.
Yes.
Hey, what does BYU stand for?
Let's keep in mind, the self-proclaimed BYU fan once called it Brigham Young University.
Anyway, so we're gonna.
No, this was like within the last
year. According to you guys, Mike Evans is offset because they got fucking Ted Hurst.
No, don't get me wrong.
He's not offset.
I need to see Ted Hurst put up 1,000 yards before I say that's a direct replacement. You're talking about one of the most consistent
The receiving core on this team is Chris Godwin and the Mecca.
Well, he doesn't need to.
You're not replacing Mike Evans. I feel like you're replacing the role, and I feel like you're bringing in a new type of offense. They need to switch things up in this.
Yeah, especially after last year, they kind of ran out of steam with this whole Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady era.
Evans had a rough year last year.
Evans was
hurt, and then he comes in. It's like he got hurt his first game back, didn't he?
Well, he came back.
Him and Chris Godwin were like
the only reason he came back was because they were potentially still in the playoff race, so they won their last.
Yeah, but then he got hurt. He hurt his legs, didn't he?
Or was it? It wasn't major. It was his hamstring. He sprained.
Yeah.
He sprained it. It wasn't major. He would have been back for playoffs, but.
And I was in San Francisco.
that electrical substation.
Yeah. All right. After that, round 4, they draft Keontae Scott.
Great value. You get the in-state kid.
Yeah, great value. I guess he's got to fill the shoes of Jamel Dean.
That's just not happening.
Once again, this only defensive improvement this team made this offseason was getting Ruben Bain.
Yes.
And then past that, you just have random misfit guys. You have D-tackle,
don't tell him next. Billy Schrauff. He will probably be a backup line.
Oh my god! You said that before I could even say his name. You fucking knew we're all the Notre Dame players.
Yes.
Oh
anyways, Billy Schrauff
is the next pro.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Notre Dame.
Well, he is coming out all on you, but the problem with him, he's had 2 ACL tears in back-to-back year. If he didn't have ACL tears, he's probably like maybe a really late second. He could snuck in, probably a 3rd-round pick. But he's had 2 ACL tears. He was the best O-line.
This is your equivalent of C.J. Allen's a 1st-round pick here.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Well, I mean, C.J. Allen was a 1st-round.
He was okay.
Let's not kid ourselves here.
Take this with a grain of salt. He was the best Notre Dame offensive lineman last year. That O-line was good.
This podcast is actually gonna give me cancer. I want Logan to give his opinion on Billy Schrauff.
Billy Schrauff.
He doesn't even know who that is, so he can't just give an opinion.
Notre Dame guard.
He was the after I said that
Notre Dame.
I mean, I knew who
offensive line.
I knew who he was. He's just. Will he ever play? He might get a game, but he just.
No, I said if he can say healthy.
Nobody's gonna be talking. Let's be real. Is anyone?
No,
he's a depth O lineman. I mean, we're not gonna hear about him this whole year.
Yeah, I agree. I said he could become keyword.
He could be a good backup.
Yeah.
Okay,
and Jake Fromm can make his comeback to the league.
And then. Lastly, they draft tight end Bowers Sharp, which there's probably one guy out there who watches this podcast who's just a huge Bowers Sharp.
Let's keep in mind they drafted Bowers Sharp over Michael Trick.
There's probably someone.
Bowers Sharp with blocking tight ends.
I mean, does it matter?
There's probably someone watching this podcast who's like, "Holy fuck, fucking shit. Bauer Sharp, this is gonna change this fucking team. And he's just like losing his shit and we're like giving him shit. You know what? Bauer Sharp guy, I respect you. Now, okay, so that was their draft. Now, I have 3 questions written down here, which, I mean, I'm gonna answer and you guys can answer too. My first question is, can Baker keep it up, or is he truly
I think he had an injury and he played injured. I think that
I
is
think-
I don't think he'll be as good as that first year when he was like really like they
Baker
were saying
has an
MVP
injury-
level.
has a history of playing through injury.
Yeah.
He did that in his final year in Cleveland too.
That's when he
which
looked
completely
bad.
fucked that franchise.
I don't think he's gonna degress any, but I also don't think he's gonna.
I don't think he's gonna get back to that
improve.
level where they were saying he was MVP. Like,
Yeah,
I know it was
definitely.
obviously it was like overhyped, but there was a point where he was like
Not
top
really.
5.
I mean, he really was playing like.
Look at
Yeah,
last
he
year.
was.
Last year was a tale of 2 Bakers. There was first half Baker, who was like in the MVP conversation,
Yeah.
Yes.
and second half, who was barely starting.
Yes, but I think that's because he's
Baker
injured.
this year is going to meet somewhere in the middle, where
I think he'll be a little
He'll be
higher.
good.
He'll be leaning more towards that MVP than he is.
Yes, I think he'll sneak into the Pro Bowl. He might be like a Pro Bowl.
I,
Will he
can,
be-
I like Pro Bowl for him.
Will he be a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah,
Yes.
like the 9th or 10th. Now, not like anything higher.
I mean, how old is he? What? Like
29. It doesn't
29.
matter. His play style is fine for 29.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Who can step up and replace Mike Evans?
Well, that's
can
not-
Chris Godwin stay healthy?
It has to
Can
be
Ted
Baker.
Hurst?
It's Ted Hurst. I mean, I think it's the
No, it's
clear.
Ibuka. It's
Ibuka's
Ibuka has to
production-
step up and be that wide receiver 1. That's
Oh,
what
if you're talking about wide receiver,
No,
Evans
he doesn't mean the like the
were out.
position. He means like the
Oh, it's
production.
Ibuka. Ibuka is,
It's
I
easy.
think,
Look at his production when Evans and Godwin were
Ibuka's
out
a
last
future
year.
top 10 receiver in the
Thing
league.
is, Ibuka fell off with the rest of his offense last year.
Yes.
My guess is that
Ibuka's-
Ibuka comes back to like first half of Ibuka from last year, even if Baker isn't as good as he
Didn't he
was
kind
in
of
the
fall
first
off
half.
once Mike Evans got
He
injured?
fell off.
Wasn't it once Mike Evans got injured? It was around the same time.
Yeah,
Maybe it wasn't
It's
the
hard.
week.
It's hard for a rookie.
I understand that.
It was
but the
mostly just
problem
like
with
with the
Ibuka-
rest of this team. The team got off to such a great start last year, and then Ibuka was like on pace to break all the rookie records for receiving, and then it just fell
It
off.
was the first. He had like an electric first 6 weeks, and then he fell off. That's what Mike Evans got. The thing about Ibuka, even coming out of college, he's never been a wide receiver 1, never in college. And in the NFL, he was the wide receiver. Obviously, I'm not going to say he's wide receiver 1 for Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And then Mike Evans got hurt, and you could say his production was attributed to Baker getting hurt, but it's coincidental that it dropped off when he became wide receiver.
The thing you gotta love about like Ibuka is
He's all around receiver.
the dude just wins. He just
Yes.
produces, and
He
that's
does.
exactly the type of players I love
And
to
it's the
watch.
question: can he step up into this wide receiver?
I think
role?
yes. I will say I think he'll struggle weeks 1 through like 3, and people are gonna freak out. But I think by the like midway through year he'll like fully.
He's always been a quiet receiver.
Oh yeah, he is.
Kinda, yeah. And then I also want to talk about a bit about Chris Godwin, because he's always kind of played second fiddle to Mike Evans.
And-
now
and
he's
it-
kind of have to play
I don't
second
know.
fiddle.
It's
to
weird. It's like you have
Ibuka.
2 wide receivers that have always been like career wide receiver 2s now.
In a year or two, we're gonna see Godwin on the tight ends of the Ravens, and then he'll be out of the league. That's where his career
Oh, don't
trajectory.
forget the
Ravens,
Raiders.
Ravens or
The Raiders.
or Cardinals.
Yes.
You can see him on any
God,
one.
yeah.
Ted Hurst, he could eventually step in and fill in that Chris Godwin role, and maybe in the
I don't
future
think
we could be
he'll be-
talking about like obviously not going to be as good as Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but you know Emeka Egbuka, Ted Hurst can be a good duo in the future. And then my last question here is: can Ruben Bain offset the loss of Jamel Dean? And I don't mean literally filling in the position because obviously
It means elevating the defense.
I mean, can he elevate the
Yeah.
defense like Jamel Dean?
I would-
yes.
I think-
Maybe not rookie year. I think in 2-3 years.
Exactly
yes.
what I was about to say. Future-wise, yes. This year, probably
Doubt
not.
it.
Yeah, Ruben Bain, I'd say best potential for the DNs, like outside of even like the top 5.
He was in my big board. He was like number 5, I think. I'd say he's 5 or 6.
I still think he's better than David Bailey, but
Nah, I think he's better than Bailey. But it's really a coin flip.
Nate, do you have anything to input?
All
on this?
around, I think he's definitely better than Bailey, but pure pass rushing, I think you gotta give Bailey the edge there.
Yeah, this team
I think
needs.
he's gonna have a better career.
To be fair,
than Bailey
the Bucks
down the
need
line.
they just need a dominant DN in every asset. Their run
Yeah,
defense was
Their
garbage.
run defense was.
I remember James Cook running for 230 yards against them.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. All right, and then finally, I think I'm gonna end off with my prediction. Last year they went 8-9, finished second place. This year I have them at 7-10. I have them in either third or fourth place. I just don't think this team did anything
No,
outside of Ruben Bain to make
Yeah.
a big improvement.
You know what
So-
they kind of remind me of? They had the similar offseason Bears. They didn't get better, get worse. They kind of just replaced their losses.
I actually don't think those off seasons are comparable, but whatever.
No, I mean-
anyway.
I mean, not position wise. I mean, like overall.
Yeah. All right. So next, Nate, what team do you have?
I'll get into probably the most exciting team in this division, the New Orleans Saints. I think
I'd say.
I think
Offensively,
they
yeah.
added the more skilled players than everybody else.
I'd say if you said this last year, you'd be smoking.
Defensively,
Last year, nobody
Their
even Tyler
defense
Shuck would
wasn't
do this
bad.
good.
they lost like half their players.
I mean,
First of all, they added Travis Etienne, who's
A-Chain.
Nope, say that right. Say it again. Say it again.
even say that.
How many times have we made this joke so far?
Dude, you're like 27 years old and you're changing the pronunciation of your last name.
It was a joke, but
Huh?
it was a joke. But.
He's had the best productive year since his rookie season. His yards per carry went up I think 1.3 from last
That's
year.
a lot.
He had 3.8 and it went up to 4 point something this year. They added Noah Fant, the tender with Jawan Johnson and Oscar Dub, who I'll get into later.
They have like the most mid tight end room of all
Yo,
time.
chill on
Nobody's scared.
Well,
Oscar Dub. Oscar Dub
All right,
might
keep
be
going.
good
Keep
here.
continuing.
They added Kaden Ellis, good linebacker room. Zach Wilson.
Zach
Actually,
Wilson.
thanks so much, bro.
Zach Wilson compete with Tyler Shuck for that starting.
No, he's competing with Taysom Hill for QB2.
Bro, get it.
We'll get into Taysom
hang
Hill.
on. So you have Zach Wilson and Tyler Shuck. The only possible quarterback that would make this quarterback room perfect would be if they got Will Levis.
oh my god.
Tell me that would not make
That's
that
the
perfect.
And Jake Retzlaff. Just got all the BYU QBs.
Fuck it, get Jake Fromm in there.
Whoa.
I want to talk about one thing with
Fromm would be the starter.
Kellen Moore and ETN is that the last time Kellen Moore had a decent running back was Saquon's 2K year. So I think ETN is going to be way better than he's ever been in his career.
Alright, carry on.
Well, they got Alvin Kamara actually showing up the camp
Dude,
earlier now.
anything, dude.
I
corpse of Alvin Kamara
don't
coming.
get this. I don't think Kamara is.
He's washed.
He's
not
washed,
bad,
but he's not.
He's
bad.
a good RB2, but he will never be an RB1. Like a starter.
Yeah, well, he's old. But
I don't think Kamara will ever leave the Saints. I think he's going to be a franchise.
I'll probably retire in 2 years.
He'll retire in a year or two as a Saint.
He's just a
Well,
really
he's
nice
always
depth
been a
piece to
fan
have there.
favorite. We all remember his 6 touchdown game.
And then they got
Christmas.
Tyree Wilson from the Raiders.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting until you realize he just sucks.
I mean, I don't. He had way too much hype in that draft than he should have had.
Going
David
7
Bailey,
overall
he
is
is here.
insane.
Other Texas Tech product.
What is it with the Saints?
That is what the Jets are pretty.
What is it with the
Bailey.
Saints that just wanted to have the most mediocre fucking DNs? And it's like 2021 they draft Peyton Turner, and then who they get? Was it
Isaiah Foskey.
Isaiah Foster.
Oh
Trust
my
me.
god.
I was so shocked. Notre
Was it
Dame.
Miles
I
Murphy
was
they got,
shocked he went
or-
second round.
No, they signed Chase Young, but
Look.
he's better than me.
Chase
Young
Young's
had a
decent.
good year.
He's been decent.
Chase Young's been good.
He had one of
He's
his
kind of
better
like
years last
Montez
year.
Sweat, where
Obviously,
they're
yeah.
decent. He's like a Montez Sweat, where they're decent, but for a team that wants to win a Super Bowl,
That's
not
funny
cutting
because
it.
they started on the same team.
Yeah, I know.
One of the
Teammates.
biggest losses probably was Demario Davis, who
Yes,
lost to
but-
the Jets.
Well,
I mean,
he's like 36 now.
He's retiring with the Jets.
Still another. It's like Levante
2-year
David
deal
with
with
the
the
Bucks.
Jets. Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost Alante Taylor to the Titans.
That's a
in
big
free
loss. That was
agency.
the best.
Cameron
team.
Jordan.
That was a huge
He's
loss
gone.
too.
Cam-
That's what I'm talking about.
Him and
They
Lamar
lost
Davis are the
arguably
biggest
their 3
losses.
best defensive players from last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Cameron Jordan put like 12
Yo,
seconds.
they
That's
still
like
have Cole
36.
McKenzie showing that.
But can they get any production out of the younger guys? That's what.
I think Chase Young will get a solid 7.5, 8 seconds.
No,
I think Chase Young can step
Yeah.
up.
Chase
He
Young
had
will.
like, he had
is
like
their-
9 last year, I think.
Chase Young will consistently get you anywhere from 8 to 11 sacks.
Yeah.
And let's talk about one of the greatest Madden players in history, Taysom Hill.
All right.
No.
What did Taysom Hill do this offseason with the Saints? What exactly?
Shut up. Or else we're kicking you out of here. Anyway,
Kicking me
continue.
out.
I think Taysom Hill's gonna be out the league. He's done.
No, he's
one
going
of
to the
mo-
Broncos first.
He's
with
done.
Sean.
Taysom Hill is
yes,
not-
he's going to the Broncos.
He will be going to the
not
Broncos
worth
before
talking
he
about.
retires.
Hey, though.
paid
Tell me
tribute.
he's not one of the most fun players.
He's one of the greatest Madden players of all time.
He's one of the
Yeah,
greatest
he's
players
not worth
of all
talking
time.
this much about.
Most
All right,
versatile
let's
player
move on to
ever.
the draft.
I think they had an amazing draft.
We say this about every team.
Start
Yeah,
out.
I wouldn't call
Cowboys.
it amazing.
I actually forgot who they drafted, so maybe
like the
you're
later.
right.
The round pick 8, they got Jordan Tyson.
I mean,
They
good
with a lot.
pick. We
I
all
like that.
love that pick.
I think it's
It's
smart.
not.
They
nothing to
think
say about
Tyler
that.
Show is the future. Make sure he can succeed.
He's not the future, but
I'm saying if they think he is, they should be doing it.
That's the real question this season.
Personally, I'm not high on Tyler
Well,
Show.
you know what?
I've taken heat from not being
this
high
year.
on Tyler Show because I just think he had.
How are the Panthers like the only team that have like a promising future? It seems like this whole division is just like
No, I say the
stuck.
Falcons are. The Falcons
Stuck in
have a
mediocre.
lot of young talent. The
The
team's really
Panthers
young.
are definitely.
Well, I agree. The
Falcons.
Panthers.
the
are young.
Falcons are.
Falcons have almost every star player is like under 20.
They're
I'll say
getting
the Saints-
worse and better.
The
Yeah.
Saints are just now finally giving up on like that 2010 Drew Brees core.
yes.
The Saints are finally giving up on those guys.
All right, they finished the draft.
and it's and like hold. Okay, continue.
Round 2, they draft Christian Miller to put a D tackle in there after losing so many
That's a great
defensive
pick.
players there.
Yeah, Kristen Miller's a great pick. I like that.
Very
able to
good.
fix
Very
it.
good second round pick.
I never even got to finish talking about
Oh, sorry,
that.
guys.
Look at you add Jordan Tyson. That means you give Shuck every chance he needs. If Shuck can't succeed in this offense, you should be able to find another quarterback who can come into a situation with Olave and Jordan Tyson.
Olave,
Yes.
Etienne,
And Oscar Delp.
Juwan Johnson.
Travis Etienne. I mean, it's not bad. The offensive line's also pretty good. They
They got
drafted
two
tackles in back-to-back years, I think.
Round 3, they pick 73. They take Oscar Delp, back-to-back Georgia
Oh,
players.
dude,
Oh,
this
here it
is
To Logan.
Oscar Delp is exactly what you want. He's
He
an
looked
all-around tight
amazing in
end.
minicamp.
He'll receive, he'll block, and I mean that's great value third round, especially after all the tight ends that went before him. There's no world, in my opinion, where Max Clare should be going above Oscar Delp, and for the Saints to get him in the third round.
going before.
Nate Boyd-
Star guy, Nate Boyd.
Anyways,
Huh.
I do not. I am a Notre Dame fan, but I want to say this: Oscar Delp is one of my like highest tight ends. I think it's. I mean, personally, I think he's better than Sadiq and like overall. Now, obviously,
What?
Sadiq is not that
What?
great of a
Hold on.
blocker. No,
Hold on.
Sadiq. I mean, overall. Now, Sadiq's upside and receiving is way better.
I mean,
Sadiq
Sadiq's receiving.
Showers Delp.
Well, no. I'm not saying he's better than him. I'm saying his overall, he's more complete game.
I get it.
That's, anyways,
Right.
yeah.
Round 4, they, again, put more people around Tyler Shuck, see if he can improve stuff. They draft Jeremiah Wright, guard out of Auburn.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
later, 4 picks later, they take Bryce Lance out of NDSU.
I'm not.
Well, yeah, it's like-
I wasn't very impressed.
You just
with
drafted
his
Jordan Tyson
film.
and
He
Kellen
runs a
Moore.
4.34.
Yeah, but Kellen Moore.
Who was the last
Runs
good
a two
player
receiver
from out of
sets
North
usually.
Dakota State?
Christian Watson.
Christian Watson.
Oh my God, dude. Hey, though, they do have a bunch of blonde girls there. That University of Snow Bunny happens.
Then
Fargo Dome.
round 5, they take the Lester Styles brother, you could say, Lorenzo Styles Jr.
Such a
Noah's
reach.
favorite.
I mean, this
player.
dude is
Such a reach. He wasn't even a
Just
full-time.
because he's fast.
He wasn't even a full-time starter at Ohio State. Okay,
Lorenzo
he was a
Styles.
full-time
40 times.
He was a special team starter, and he played like he was the backup corner.
If it wasn't for his last name, would he have gone drafted?
No, it's because it's 40.
Well, and his last
That's
name. It was
the
both. It was a
draft.
combination of both.
Yeah, but
Then round 6, they take Barry Brown. He's gonna just return kicks.
I mean, he's not bad.
He's not
return.
doing it.
Why did they draft 3 receivers?
Why
I
not?
just it
Why
was like the
not?
Bears taking
Yeah.
tight ends.
I mean, who'd they have? They had Devon Vele going out running
Exactly.
backs with
Yeah, I
the
know.
for last year. You just need to throw.
You got rid of Shahid also.
Oh yeah, that's I forgot about that.
I mean, Bryce Lance. Who's the wide receiver 3 going to be? Is it going to be Devon Taylor? Or is it going to be Bryce?
But they don't
Lance?
even.
Bailey.
Oh, Kellen Moore doesn't use wide receivers. 3 receiver sets.
It'll
that
definitely
much.
be Lance.
Fair
over
enough.
there.
Because they're gonna probably have Lance.
They're gonna be a run
Lance
heavy.
attacks on the outside. Olave's gonna play more slot this year.
Yeah, and
It's gonna be like
Jordan
the
Tyson.
Eagles when they just threw only AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and ran to Saquon the whole year.
Yeah.
And then round 7, they took TJ Hall out of Iowa.
I mean, you're just a down
It's
depth
just-
Once again,
just a
depth,
shot.
as we say for every 7th round pick,
Then-
except for Bauer Sharp.
They brought in Clint Kubiak to be offensive coordinator this year. They
What?
What?
What? All right.
Dude.
Clint Kubiak,
Okay.
the head coach of the Raiders right now.
Yes.
Okay. So okay. Let's move on.
Guys, let's get a vote in the
Yeah,
comments so we
let's-
should kick Nate
let's-
off this podcast.
Let's just forget
All right.
everything he
All right,
just
what's
said
your
and
record
move on.
prediction?
Give me a record prediction and
I
let's
think they
move
go 10-7 this year purely
Whoa.
because they start out. I think they
10-7.
They go 9
To
and
be
8 or
fair-
10
It's his
and 7.
opinion.
It's
Okay.
just purely off the division. I don't think the Falcons or
Okay,
the Falcons
let
or
me
the
take
Bucks
control
are
of
gonna
this.
get it done this year.
We're debating this right now. What in the hell makes you think they're gonna go 10-7?
They do have a 4th place.
And I'm assuming that means you have them winning the
I think-
division.
No, I think Panthers can get
Okay,
11.
so okay,
That's-
so what do you think? What do you think the Panthers' record's gonna be?
No, we're gonna talk about that second.
I think
I
he
think-
can
alright,
give
fine.
his.
Saints either go 9 and 8 or 10 and 7 this year.
I could see 9 and 8.
I don't.
I was
see
between
it
9 and
happening.
8 and 10 and 7 here.
That's fine. I don't hate it. It's whatever. It's a pick.
Okay.
Anyways, so we're gonna start the last team, the division winners at 9-8, the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, I think I actually like the Panthers the most.
They're the only team with like a future that
Originally,
you can, like,
I was
bright
thinking
future.
the Panthers. I'm gonna just say my record prediction now. So, I was originally after the 8-9, but the more I hear the other teams, and the more I hear the other teams, I think they're gonna be better. I'll give my actual one. So first, we're gonna start off their losses. I think underrated. Rico Dowdle losing. Yes, they have Chuba, but Rico Dowdle played a huge part in that team, especially that mid-year stretch. They won I think 4 out of 5 games in that October, November.
Screwed me over as a Chuba Hubbard fantasy.
Yeah. And you know what? I think there's a realistic chance they actually think that Jonathan Brooks can replace Rico Dowdle's production.
I will be shocked if Jonathan Brooks ever takes a snap in the NFL.
They're gonna try it. They're gonna try
He's
it.
actually healthy. First time now.
He is actually
He's missed his first 3 years. Crazy.
No, his first
week
2.
one.
His first 2, but he's only.
I think
24
people are
years
just
old.
assuming he's gonna miss. No, he missed the last year at Texas. He missed almost all of it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
He played 1 game that year. Okay, next, I think this is actually their most important loss is Cade Mays, center. He's been a super underrated center. I think the Lions who signed him got amazing steal for him for his price.
Yep.
I really don't understand why they didn't re-sign him because he didn't even sign for that much.
I think their money
Was not a lot. He
They
signed for
spent
cheap.
a ton
Oh
of
yeah, you're right.
money.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Anyways, and then they didn't really. I guess your next support. They really didn't lose anyone.
And keep in mind, in the draft, they also drafted.
Yeah, I was
some-
talking about. I guess their next kind of loss is they traded Andy Dalton. I mean, I guess he was a good QB for Bryce Venture. That is the only 3 somewhat notable losses. 2 of them aren't even that notable.
I mean, Andy Dalton. He's been good when he has to come in for Bryce Young.
I also think it's always great to have an older QB mentor, especially a guy like him.
I feel like Bryce Young is going into year 4. It's
Well,
about
now,
time.
yeah.
Like,
And then
if
I guess
Bryce Young
they had
doesn't do good. There's no excuse.
they had Isaiah Simmons.
And
I think
Bryce Young. Is
Isaiah Simmons retired, right? Am I thinking Justin Simmons?
Justin Simmons.
Okay, well Isaiah Simmons just not good.
Isaiah Simmons draft bust.
Yeah, and then all right for additions, they got Kenny Pickett as QB. Now that's their veteran QB.
You're starting off with Kenny Pickett.
I'm kidding.
Really?
Wait, they got AJ Dillon too. They didn't really make any offensive additions in free agency, really.
I mean,
Outside, they got Luke Fortner and Rasheed Walker.
Walker.
They got
They added to the offense in the
Rasheed
draft.
Walker. I think is gonna be
he's filling in to let Monroe.
no, because they'll not have another guy at tackle.
They had. Oh shit.
They
Who
do.
They have. They have someone good.
Moten, Josh
Taylor Moten.
Taylor
Pretty sure
Moten.
he's,
still
well, he's
there?
old, but he's good.
He's old.
Yeah,
Their
but
offensive
that's-
line is
You're gonna
good.
have Monroe sitting here.
Rasheed
most
Walker
likely.
he could start or be amazing. One of the best depth.
Yeah, Rasheed Walker.
Rasheed Walker definitely.
That's a good high upside signing, and he's gonna be gone after a year because you spent your first.
I'd be surprised if Monroe starts week
I mean, the
one. He's a
Panthers-
very raw prospect.
Yeah, I agree. I'll talk about it in a second. The Panthers really spent their money. I mean, their offense was pretty decent last year. Their big money was on defense. They signed Jalen Phillips, big
Yes.
contract.
Jalen Phillips. I love that addition.
I like
I do.
Phillips.
Actually-
Maybe a little too expensive,
Well,
but
what
I
was it,
mean,
4
you
years?
can't hate the
To
player.
be
Was
fair,
it
there
4 years?
wasn't that many good edge rushers in this year's market outside of Trey Hendrickson and maybe Adafe Oweh. I'd say Jalen Phillips is better than.
They got him for the
Adafe
exact
Oweh.
same prices, Adafe and less than.
I would say Jalen.
I'd say it wasn't that bad of an over. Well, it was only 25.
I actually, yeah, and I like this D line they have. You have Nick Scorton, who I think will get better. You have Derek Brown, who's obviously a total dog that nobody talks about.
Super underrated. And then I think this is honestly, I think even more important than Jalen Phillips. Devin Lloyd, linebacker. Was he an All-Pro? He was either a Pro Bowler or All.
Devin
He's a
Lloyd,
Pro
no,
Bowler.
he was a.
I think
he
he was
was
an
a
All-Pro.
second team.
I think he was an
All-Pro.
All-Pro. This Panthers defense has lacked somebody in the
I
middle
love- yeah.
since I mean, who was there even somewhat decent linebacker since Kuechly? It was Luvu, right? Wasn't that their last
Luvu
somewhat
was
decent
good.
Luka
linebacker?
was good, but that was only.
But he was
years.
not even top 10. He was a
Dude,
top 15.
Devin Lloyd is a fantastic.
Great addition. They needed tacklers. That defense was atrocious last year.
I've loved Lloyd since he was a prospect
Yes.
out of Utah, dude. I was so excited when the Jaguars drafted him. I mean, and he's been nothing but a dog in the league
All right.
since.
Exactly.
Now
Especially
we'll get into the draft, which I actually really loved. Outside, I liked every single pick. No, first round pick, Monroe Freeling. I have a feeling their actual target was Sadiq, but he went before.
Oh yeah, I think that's.
But you deal with
Love
what
pick.
the cards you're dealt, and they picked probably he has one of the highest potentials. Very raw.
Yes.
I mean, I looked. He started 1 year at Georgia. He started 1 year and 2 games in the year before.
Yes.
It was 2.
But you know what? You signed Rasheed Walker. That gives you the space
Time,
to make a move.
and he
like
learns
that.
from Taylor, one of the older guys, which
Yeah,
is really
yeah.
good. Then I like this. to add to their amazing D-line. They have their D-line looks amazing. Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech. I thought I like him as great. I thought when the people are saying he could borderline go first round, I thought it was a little too much, but they got him at the end of the second. No. Amazing value.
End of the second, and he's gonna be next to Derek Brown.
He's gonna
like
be
I said, this D-line might be one of the most underrated in the league.
Yes. Them and the Bucs have really good D-line. Actually, this whole NFC South
one thing I'll point out though is that the Panthers D-line is younger.
It's unproven.
I love this Panthers team just because they're a rising team, and it never hurts to have a young nose tackle like Lee Hunter, who is just going to destroy the
that D line. You're going to have Nick Thorne, Derek Brown, and Jalen Phillips.
Yep.
Two of them are proven too. Yeah. And then I like this pick too. Chris Brazzell in round 3. My only question with him is, what is it that the Panthers are drafting receivers? The only receivers that are 6'3" or taller. There isn't a single receiver on that team. Outside like Jimmy Holt. I think it's Jimmy Holt.
Coker, I think so.
No, Coker's 6'3".
He's 6'2", I'm pretty sure.
No, he's 6'3", 6'4". He's tall.
He's big.
He's huge.
I'll fact check that right now.
Yeah, he's 6'3" or 6'4", I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I think
Who's
Jimmy
your offensive coordinator?
Big,
I kind of like
Coker's huge. Well, no, he plays slot, because the big slot's becoming more and more like.
I just love the idea that they have a 5'11",
6'3".
Yeah.
And they have all these big ass receivers.
Like they got
and they low key almost beat they were probably the closest team. They were closer to beating the Rams than honestly I think even the Bears were. They were closer to beating
they
the
went
Rams.
to overtime.
Oh, they definitely.
No, they didn't go to overtime. Jimmy Horn dropped the ball that could have.
Panthers are playing much
that's why
better
they draft
than
Brazzell. So
the Panthers played against the Rams much better.
They drafted Brazzell, so they didn't have an undersized receiver dropping another pass.
For the record, though, the Bears are winning Week 1 in Carolina.
Oh yeah, easily.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I would not be surprised at all if Carolina goes out and beats the
Carolina is one of the most inconsistent teams. They go out and they'll almost beat the Rams, and then they'll go out and get blown out by a bad team.
No, Carolina. That's.
Did they lose to the Cardinals?
Dude, don't be surprised if this Carolina team gets 11 wins this year.
No, I'm not saying.
I could see them get 11 wins. All right. They also always have.
Next pick. This is another great because they have a great corner duo. They got Will Lee out of Texas A&M.
Yeah.
He's very up and down. Like. I've watched him a couple of years. He will lock down a whole game and then he'll just give up.
He's not a bad rotational piece.
Because he won't be starting. Because they have Mike Jackson, who is super
Jackson
underrated.
And J.C. Horn.
And J.C. Horn's one of the best corners.
Fantastic.
Then this is why they kind of got looked out. Sam Heck fell to them round 5.
Mm-hmm.
He is gonna be. He'll probably not start right away, but he'll start. I'd say by week 8.
Great value.
Sam Heck, fantastic. Yes.
And then this personally, I think this is a great underrated. Zakie Wheatley, round 5 safety.
I like it.
I like Zakie Wheatley. He's always
5. Yeah.
He's been a consistent. Maybe you could say he's more of a college player, but you need guys who were just producing college players to be like
in the 5th round. You could bet on potential.
They got great value for all their
he's kind of
rotational
depth
I
feel like
pieces.
he's more of a floor player, but they need a floor player in that secondary. They have a lot of high potential guys. Mm-hmm. And then the most important UDFA they signed, Haynes King.
Wow. Oh wow. Oh man.
I can't wait for when it's like 4th and 1 on the goal line, and you just see Haynes King come in and just
Haynes King is the most overrated quarterback I've ever seen.
Wait, I wonder why. Let's go to Haynes King.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Wait. Can you say why you don't like Haynes King?
Because he's overrated. I don't
Somebody had 2 heart attacks.
His best attribute is his toughness, which. I mean, does that make him a good quarterback?
I think someone's salty that he gave Logan a heart attack 2 years in a row now.
I mean, they won. Georgia won.
Barely.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, I'll give my prediction. At first, I was leaning more to. They went 8-9 last year, and I thought they improved. But I also thought they went from, I think, a 3rd place schedule. Was it a 3rd place schedule last year or 4th?
I have no idea. It was a garbage schedule.
It was a garbage schedule, and now they were playing. No, it was a 4th place schedule because they played the Patriots because they were the 4th place team.
Oh yeah.
They played a 4th place schedule and they went 8-9. So I was really reluctant because now they're playing a 1st place schedule. They're not playing 4th place teams.
I will admit,
the more I think about, I think they're going to exceed expectations. My record prediction is 10-7.
I like that.
I doubt they get to 11-6 just because they're playing the 1st place.
I think
schedule.
a lot of what goes into this team is how much you like Bryce Young. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Bryce Young.
I loved his growth though from his rookie year. I mean, it's everything you want to see.
Better, but I still he doesn't strike me as like a top 10 guy who can win you a Super Bowl.
He's like a Brock Purdy. He reminds me of like a Brock Purdy.
He's a much better.
I'm not saying. Well, right now he is worse than Brock Purdy.
I wouldn't say that. I say he's better than Brock
Purdy.
He was
way
too
consistent.
I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think Bryce Young can win a Super Bowl?
No.
Yes.
I think he can make
one.
one.
You guys defend your opinions.
I think he's. I guess you could. I understand why. Like it's hard. It's like 50-50.
Do I think that the Panthers will win the Super Bowl with Bryce Young? No. Do I think if you put Bryce Young on a Super Bowl roster, will he win a Super Bowl? Yes.
Okay, if you rephrase it to that, yes, I agree with that.
Well,
but
I mean,
never think
I don't
the
think
Panthers
anyone
will
is
win.
saying this Panthers team is going to win the
No,
Super
they
Bowl.
won't.
But I think he
In a
is.
couple of years, maybe. I don't think Bryce Young is going to get as insane of a contract.
I don't
as
like
some of these other
the
guys.
I don't like the running back room long term. That's the thing. Truba's 27.
That's why I like looking at that question. Is if you put Bryce Young on a Super Bowl roster, he will win.
Okay.
He'll be able to take that roster and win the game.
He's clutch. I will say he's pretty clutch.
His leadership and his ability just to like be clutch, like Vandy said, is exactly what you want in a young quarterback.
Like,
give him that.
actually, that's what I changed my take. I would take him over Brock Purdy because I value clutchness. Brock Purdy will be the better stats wise. He'll be more
Brock
consistent.
Purdy's a stat pattern. What
Brock
else?
Purdy is literally just Dak Prescott.
Look at what happened when he had to go out into Seattle.
He is literally just
That was
Dak.
embarrassing.
He's just Dak Prescott. Like great regular season QB will choke his ass in the playoffs.
Or Lions Matt Stafford.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young
Could he win
reminds
the
me
Super
more of
Bowl?
Caleb, like where he can make clutch plays.
Do
Now
I see-
he might play really bad at the beginning of the game, but he can show up.
If Cam Newton couldn't win a Super Bowl with the Panthers, I don't know if Bryce Young can. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess maybe their Super Bowl window isn't going to be this year, but it's going to be like the year after this year, maybe like the next year or two after that.
If the Panthers were in the AFC, I would say that there would be one of my favorite dark horses in the future to make the Super Bowl. But the way this NFC,
The NFC is uncommon.
Well, they should be good.
there's no way. I don't.
The thing
If
is,
they
it's funny. A couple of years ago, it was the AFC that
Yes,
was really
yeah,
good.
I mean-
the NFC.
Well, it's just 'cause
Now
of the
it's-
Chiefs. It's
Now,
just- yeah.
no,
It's
I mean, think about it,
The Chiefs, Ravens,
the
Broncos.
Bills.
Bengals,
Bengals
Oh
were
yeah,
really
you're right.
good.
I always forget about Bengals.
Bills
Used
were
to be
really good. Dolphins were really good. Like
Well,
all the
Dolphins-
AFC South
yeah.
teams were frisky. The Titans used to be good.
Yeah.
You know, the AFC was the gauntlet a couple of years ago. Now the NFC, it's like
The NFC West and North are
the
just
NFC West
scary.
and North are scary.
Mm-hmm.
The NFC East, all the teams have upside except for Washington.
yeah.
And then the NFC South, where I think you have the Panthers. Could the Falcons shock people? I could see
The problem with the NFC South is any team could win the division, and I want this.
I think the Panthers are straying away. I think the Panthers are.
They're getting closer
They're
and closer.
right on the edge of just taking this division by storm.
Maybe.
Thing is, I think the Panthers' ceiling is being that 4 seed.
I think the
Nice
Panthers.
out.
The
They can
Pan-
maybe be the 3
in
seed.
my
and
opinion, the
go-
Panthers' ceiling is 12-5.
Whoa.
Well, yeah.
I think their
What's the ceiling?
floor-
Their ceiling, yeah, I agree.
I think their floor is 7 wins.
Yes, I was about to say 7-10. They have a
That's
they have a
floor.
wide range.
Yeah.
They have a wide range. It's not surefire like any team in the NFC West. Whether the Cardinals being bad or any of the other 3 teams being good.
I mean, if the Bears could go on a run like they did last year, I see no reason why the Panthers can't do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Bryce Young is very similar to Caleb in terms of like they show up in big moments. They're inconsistent.
And everybody hates on them.
Everyone
Yeah.
hates on them. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's a good way to wrap this all up. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for future podcasts, be sure to let us know in the comments.
Back
And we'll
with
see you
NFC West next week.
next week. We will have our NFC West predictions and latest news, and we'll see you all then.